Shalom, shalom, we are the disciples of Yahweh Shai. We come out here day in and day out, teaching that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the original Jews of the Bible. We are the Lord's chosen people, and because of that, the Most High requires of us to live a certain way that is approved by Him. When you look in the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American communities, all you see is hate. You see a brother hating his own. You see a sister hating a black woman who looks just like her because she lives around the corner or because she hangs out with this group of people. But hating your brother and hating your sister, that is not the spirit of the Lord. That is the spirit of Satan himself. When you hate those of your people. If you hate those of your people, then you do not know the Most High God. Because the Most High will not dwell with anybody who hates their own. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen? If you say that you love your brother, who you see every day, if you say that you love your sister, who you see every day, but you actually hate them, your actions that you do, it will prove that you hate your brother and your sister. So if you don't love your brother and your sister who you see on a daily basis, how can you love God? If you are a black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you're hating, killing, robbing from your own people, you hate God, you do not know God, and then you are a liar. Because if you love your brother, then you would not sleep with his wife. If you love your brother, you will not steal from your brother. If you love your sister, you will not start a fight with your sister. But because you do not love them, you hate God. Because the Lord is all about protecting your people, loving your people, showing that you have love for them. But we're going to get that love according to the Bible. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. We, as the nation of Israel, we are not supposed to walk up and down the street. Everything that we hear from one another, we go and gossip. We'll rather talk about one person to the next person. Once you gossip, rumors they get started. And then once rumors get started, then you have the bearing false witness that will get started. And then things can escalate from gossiping to rumors getting spread to people getting hurt. That's why we, as the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, what is being told to you by a person, whatever they told you, it is not supposed to leave your mouth. Don't go and speak about the next man or the next woman. Do not gossip. When you do not gossip, when you don't gossip, when you don't talk about people behind their backs, rumors do not get started, and situations do not escalate. So you have peace between brothers and sisters. You have peace between the 12 tribes of Israel. That is the way that the Lord intended it to be. But when we gossip, rumors get started. Situations escalate. Fights happen. Shootings happen. Stabbings happen. And then someone commits murder. All because of a man and a woman gossip. Rumors got started. Now somebody is dead. Now somebody is dead because you decided to gossip about this man or this woman instead of keeping your mouth shut. Now that man or that woman is dead laying in the streets. Gossiping about people can turn a non-situation into a big situation. But us as the 12 tribes of Israel, we are not to gossip. Thou shalt not, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. Neither shall we stand against the blood of our neighbor. What does that mean? When you stand against the blood of your neighbor, this is what that means. Spiritually, it means this. When you see that your brother or your sister is committing a sin that is not worthy of death, and then you correct them, right? You're not standing against the blood of them. You're correcting them to put them back on the right track, because sometimes we need that. We need to be corrected by those who love us. We need to be corrected by the brothers. We need to be corrected to get back on the path that the Most High wants us to be on. That is how you do not stand against the blood of your brother in the spiritual aspect. Another form of you not standing against the blood of your brother is in a physical form. Let's say there's a situation where a couple brothers are out teaching the words of the Lord, and then you have heathens. They pump their chests up. They try to fight the men of the Lord. And then 4 brothers get into it with these heathens. But you have one brother who's standing on the sideline while his brothers are fighting the aggressors, which are the heathens. This man is standing on the sideline watching these people fight his brothers. So guess what he's doing? He is standing against the blood of his brothers. It's like 4 or 5 white people, they jump on 3 black men, and you got the 4 black men across the street. he's not helping, he's pulling out his phone and recording. That man is standing against the blood of his brother. His brother could possibly die because he would rather pull out his phone and record instead of helping. When you see white people beating up on a black man and you decide to not do anything, you are standing against the blood of your brother. And now, because you are standing against the blood of your brother, he could possibly die. We shall neither stand against the blood of our brother. If our brother commits a sin, and we see that they are committing sin, we are to correct them, put them on the right path. More than likely, they will take correction, and then, as you are, so will your friend be also. If you serve the Lord, you're going to correct your brother so that he can start doing what the Lord requires of him to do. But standing against the blood of your brother is something that we are commanded not to do. Second John, chapter 1, and verse 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. So, the commandment that we heard from the beginning is that we should love each other. And what is love according to the Bible? According to the Most High. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. The commandments of the Most High, they're not grievous, they're not hard, but it is only us who make excuses. And the reason why we make excuses, it is because the spirit of rebellion and the spirit of Satan are on those who rebel against the words of the Most High. if you fear the Most High, then you would want everyone who is around you to fear the Most High. If you apply the commandments of God to your life, then you would want everyone around you to apply the commandments of God to their lives. If so, a man who keeps the commandments of God will not be around a man who does not keep the commandments of God. Why? Because spirits do not mix. There's tension will be there. Heads will collide. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 17. Whoso fears the Lord shall direct his friendship aright, for as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. This is brotherly love. If you fear the Most High God, if you keep the commandments of the Lord, then you will teach your brother to keep the commandments of God. And then, just like how you serve the Lord, your brother will serve the Lord the exact same way you do. So now, y'all both will be at peace with each other instead of colliding, instead of spirits not mixed. If you keep the commandments of the Most High, you want those who are around you to keep the commandments of the Most High. Because those who are not around you, they do not keep the commandments of the Lord. If you love your friend, if you love your brother, and if you love your sister, the way that you serve the Most High, you will direct your friendship aright. The way that you are, your brother is going to be the same exact way. If you hate your brother, that is not the Spirit of God. If you hate your sister, that is not the Spirit of God. How can you claim you love the Lord when you hate those that you see? Now, as blacks and Hispanics, we like to hold grudges. We hold grudges for years, or we hold grudges until we die. Guess what? That grudge can turn into an evil thought. That evil thought can turn into you murdering someone. That's why it is dangerous to hold on to a grudge. When you hold on to a grudge, that is not the Spirit of the Most High God. Because when you hold on to a grudge, that grudge is going to turn into a grudge. It's going to turn from a grudge to a thought of causing harm to that person. Then, if you cause harm to that person, the Most High is going to judge you accordingly to your actions. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. So, when it comes to avenging ourselves, You got our own people who do us wrong. So now, you want to get back. This person from around the corner, he might have jumped your brother. You want to get back by jumping him. But guess what that leads into? Grudges, hatred, death, now disorderly conduct amongst the black community. But we act like we don't know how we got to the point that we are. When you hold grudges, when you hold a grudge, the only thing that you think about doing is avenging your brother. Is avenging their death. You think about killing your own, killing your brother, or killing your sister, killing somebody who was out the 12 tribes of Israel. But because all we do is hold on to grudges, because black men don't know how to be black men and sit and speak about their differences and squash the beef. They want to kill, steal, destroy, kill somebody who looks just like them. Where's the brotherhood in that? Where's the love in that? If you love God, if you love God, how can you hate the one that you see every day? If you love God, how can you hold on a grudge to the point where you kill someone who looks just like you, but they have a different last name, but they got the same complexion as you? So the hatred amongst the children of Israel was real. But we show love our neighbors as we love ourselves. And your neighbor is not the man who lives next door to you. Your neighbor is not the man who lives across the street from you. But your neighbor are those of your people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If you're a black man walking down the street, you're my neighbor. That doesn't mean you live across from me, but you are my brother. You have the same skin complexion as me. Even if we do not agree, whether it be doctrine, even if we do not agree on doctrine or religion, if you're black, Hispanic, and Native American, then when I see a black man, I gotta treat you with respect. I have to treat you with respect. Why? Because God commands that the children of Israel, that they should love their brothers. They should love their sisters. We should not act like our people are our enemies. But we should act like brothers and sisters, because that is what we are. So, the reason why we see a lot of senseless killings and senseless death is because brothers, men, the children of Israel, they would rather hold on a grudge for 5 to 10 years, and then that grudge will accumulate to a thought of, I want to kill this person. But that person got a family. That person grew up in the environment that you grew up in. A lot of things can be squashed if men would just be men and do what God tells them to do by pulling each other aside, talking about the differences, talking about the offenses that have been made, and squashing the beef so that it can no longer escalate. But the fact that black men don't know how to do that, you have grudges, you have death, you have killings, you have families crying, you have funerals. Because we, as a nation, do not uphold the laws in this Bible. So, in the Bible, right, we have laws. Say if a brother or a sister got a problem with you, instead of holding a grudge, the Bible tells you a way to go about that situation. This is what the Bible tells you how to handle a situation if your brother has done you wrong. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou gain thy brother. If your brother or if your sister offend you, don't hold on a grudge. But if they offend you, go to them alone. Call them up. Or pull them to the side. Say, brother, you offended me by saying this. You offended me by doing this. If that happens, that's a step that is a step of maturity that you're taking so that there will not be any senseless killings and death amongst your people. If your brother or if your sister offends you, if you have their number, call them up. If they live around the corner from you, go around the corner. Knock on their door. Let them know that you want to talk to them by themselves. Let them know it's not a problem. You just want to talk to squash a potential beef, to get a potential grudge from being held on for years and years. And then that grudge turns into the next man dead on the 6 o'clock news. The next woman found in a dumpster. So, we have to gain each other back. And how do you gain each other back? We're going to find out. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. If your brother has trespassed against you, if your brother has made you feel a certain type of way, do not talk to that brother in front of other people. Why? Because other people love to instigate. Other people love violence. But what you should do, the mature thing to do, the biblical thing to do, if your brother trespassed against you, if he has offended you, do not hold on a grudge. Do not let that grudge accumulate into a thought of murdering that man or that woman. But go to that man or that woman alone and tell them their fault. Let them know that they offended you. And let them know that they offended you. And then they apologize. You have gained a brother. You have gained your sister. You have gained a powerful bond that cannot be broken over miscommunication. If two men got problems with each other and they're not mature enough to talk it out, then they are immature. If two men have a problem, and if these two men are not mature enough to go to one another and to tell them, hey brother, you offended me. How about we squash this beef? And we become brothers again. We make the bond of brotherhood unbreakable. The bond of brotherhood that we have, it cannot be broken up by us holding on grudges, because the men of the Lord do not hold on to grudges. If you hold on to a grudge, you hate your people. Because when you hold on to a grudge for so long, that grudge is going to turn into hatred. And that hatred is going to turn into you want to take that man's life. You want to take that woman's life. When all of these situations where people die, everybody that's dead in the black community, the situation could have been toughed out by two men going to each other and settling their differences. But instead, a lot of men in the nation of Israel, they have a power trip. It doesn't make you weak because you go and apologize for offending a brother. It doesn't make you weak because you go to a sister, another black woman, and apologize for offending her. That does not make you weak. That makes you mature. And then also, that is also biblical when it is done that way. You see the Chinese do it. When they got problems with each other, they go to each other alone and they squash the beef. Haitians, they do it. When they got problems with each other, they go to each other and squash the beef. The Negro Americans and the Hispanics, when we got problems with each other, we don't talk to each other to squash the beef. We want to hold on a grudge. And once that grudge, if we continue to hold on to that grudge for years to come, that grudge will turn into
they don't want to, they don't have to.
You
Because I know some
want to kill that man. that grudge will turn into you wanting to kill that woman. But these people grew up in an environment just like you. These people got the same skin complexion just like you. But you're so prideful that you do not even want to squash the beef, let alone talk it out. Why should a black man's life be taken away just because the man has so much pride that he does not want to apologize to another man that looks just like him? If you do not apologize to a brother that you done wrong, but if you decide to hold on to a grudge, if you do a black woman wrong, and if you decide to hold on to a grudge and let that grudge turn into a thought of hatred of you killing that man or that woman, you hate your brother, you hate your people, and you do not love God. Now let's say if your brother or your sister, they have offended you, you go to them alone and you tell them the offense that they have done to you. They don't care about anything that you're saying. They don't want to hear. They do not want to hear about the wrong that is done to you. What should you do? According to the Bible, how should you handle a situation like that? This is how you handle it. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 16. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in every mouth, that in the mouth of two or three witnesses, every word may be established. So, if a brother offends you, and you go to that brother alone, but when you talk to the brother, he don't want to hear what you got to say. He don't want to hear you telling him that he offended you. So guess what? You are supposed to bring two other people with you, so that every word that comes out of this man's mouth shall be recorded. Now, you're not just hearing this. Now, you're not the only one that is hearing that. The brother don't want to squash the beef. But you got two people who hear the same words that you hear. That his brother does not want to squash the beef. Because the words that he spoke to you when you tried to squash the beef, but he did not want to, those words will be recorded. Those words will be established. Those words will be remembered by the two other brothers that were present. Verse 17, and if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee an heathen man and a publican. So, if this brother or the sister, they refuse to hear you, that you trying to squash the beef, do what's right, do what's biblical, they refuse to hear you. Okay, so what should you do? Amongst other Hebrew Israelites who keep the commandments of the Lord, they should hear the words of this brother that he do not want to squash the beef with you. He would rather offend you more than to squash the beef. So, with that being said, that man or that woman that does not want to acknowledge them offending you, that man or that woman that don't want to squash the beef, they are to be treated as a heathen. Don't even say nothing to them. Excommunicate them. Cut all communication off from them, just like they're heathen. Because you cannot continue to keep a relationship or a friendship with a man or a woman who want to fight, who want to bicker, who want to argue. Spirits gonna collide, heads gonna bump. If you're a black man that cannot be mature enough to settle your beef with another black man, then you are the seed of Satan. And you also don't love the Most High. So with that being said, we are the disciples of Yahweh Shai. We come out here day in and day out, strictly and only to teach the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because the laws in this Bible are written for the save the black, Hispanic, and Native American community. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. But it is the laws and Yahweh Shai who can fix us. We need to put the right spirit on us. Instead of holding grudges and hating our brothers, we should squash beef, offend less, and practice the love that the Most High bestowed upon us. So with that being said, I say, Shemai, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allahaya Nawah, Yahweh God, that is, here on Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one, Shalom.